everyone, welcome back to Music with Ryan, and thanks for checking out the lesson here for Turkey in the Straw, 2 arrangements. We're going to start breaking down the first arrangement right now. Put the tabs on the screen, bring the camera on in. If you want to download the tabs, the multi-speed backing tracks, and access the full-length lesson, click the link in the description to learn how. Be sure you subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Alright, so let's go ahead and put those first few measures up on the screen and start breaking down the first arrangement here for Turkey in the Straw. And I've got a pickup on beat 4 there. And let me play those first 3 measures. Reminder that the markings below the staff are pick directions, so the staples are down and the V's are up. And there are some left-hand fingerings, little numbers above the staff that you should pay very close attention to in order to execute this arrangement cleanly. So here's those first 3 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And I went on just slightly there to measure 4, or measure 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So again, we have a pickup on beat 4, and it starts on the 4th fret of the G string, and I'm going to use my 3rd finger there. So 4, and then back to the 2nd fret, and then pull off to 0. So right away we've got a pull off. We've got some pull offs and hammer-ons all throughout this piece. Now you can take them out and put in a pick direction. So the hammer-ons or pull offs take the place of a pick direction. So if they give you trouble, you can take the pull off or hammer on out and put in the correct pick direction. Here it would be a downstroke, but of course the hammer-ons and pull offs give it a little bit more, it's a little bit more creative, right? A little more expressive is probably the right word. So we pull off to 0, and that's the downbeat of measure 2. You could pick it, and it totally works, right? It totally works. And then we go to the 4th fret on the D, open G, then 2 on the G, pull to 0, open D, then 2, 3 hammer on the A string. So right there is kind of a, in the right hand, you're going G, D, A. And then the next measure, open D, 2nd fret D, pull off to 0, 2nd fret A, and then open D. That's kind of the first little mini phrase there. And then it'll pick back up in the next phrase on 0, 2 on the G. So 3, 4, ready, go. So like I mentioned, the hammer-ons or pull-offs take the place of a pick direction. So when we come across places that have a lot of hammer-ons or pull-offs, really want to watch the right hand. Okay, so because what will happen is that those hammer-ons or pull-offs will create a double down or a double up. Very often it will. And there's where some timing issues kind of, troublesome timing issues happen. So we really want to pay close attention to the right hand in some of these fiddle tunes. If something doesn't feel right, then it's probably not right, and usually it's in the right hand. So again, you can take them out, right, and put in the correct pick directions. So if you took the hammer-ons or pull-offs out, the rule of thumb is down picks on down beats and up picks on the ands, okay, or what's in between. So I could pick this, all 3 of these measures here. Let me try it. So 1, 2, 3. And that totally works, and it sounds good. And again, I put those hammer-ons and pull-offs in there to get a little bit more expressive, and it gives a little bit more of an old-timey feel where the emphasis, the accents are. So 1, 2, 3. See, that felt a little different. Let me do it one more time. 1, 2, 3. about Hammerons, Pulloffs, and why they're there and how to get rid of them if you need to. All right, let's put the next 3 measures on the screen. And they sound like this. 1, 2, 3. And essentially measure 3, 4, 5. Measure 5, 5, and 6. We're kind of reinstating the A part melody, you know, kind of like the beginning. Kind of have 2 sentences almost in this A part, and they kind of start very similar. Back to measure 3. Go to the 4th fret on the G, and I'm gonna use my 3rd finger, and then just 2 quarter notes to start, and then a little 8th note run on that same string. 4 again, 2, 0, 2. Pretty simple there. And then the next measure, we're gonna go, you know, the chords is a D, and the melody is going to be B string, and then to the G string 2nd fret. Specifically that A note right there. And then we have a tie in there, so that you see that note in parentheses is a note being tied over to. We don't play that note. There's no pick direction below it, okay? So it creates a little bit of syncopation. And again, we have a double up in here, so you gotta watch that right hand. Down, up, down. So 4, 2, and then the open D, and back to 2 on the G. And then, again, we kind of reinstate the melody from the first couple measures here. 4 on the G, 2 on the G, pull to 0. 4 on the D, open G, 2 on the G, pull to 0, open D, 2, 3, hammer on the A. So, let me play all 3 of those again. 1, 2, ready, go. And I want that open D to ring out in measure 4 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, sorry. Measure 4 there. So that open D is ringing. If we can get that to ring through that measure and into the next, that'd be great. Until I gotta kind of kill it there when I play the fret the actual string. So. So let's move forward here. And the next 3 sound like this. 1, 2, ready, go. So then we went into the first ending, right? We have a repeat sign there, and it's going to take us back to measure 2. So measure 7, we got the open D, 2nd fret D, pull to 0, 2nd fret A, and then open D. It's a quarter note there. And then we get back in the 8th notes. 0, 2 on the G. And actually, I'll probably use my 2nd finger there because I want to slide up into the 4th fret. There's 2 different ways to finger this little section here, depending on what you're trying to achieve. Both are totally great. But I'm going to use the 2nd finger because I want to slide into the 4th fret on the G string. And then 3 on the B. And again, here's another tie, right? See the 3 in parentheses, we don't play. And then 5 on the B, back to 3, 4 on the G, and then open G. And then 2nd fret G, use your 1st finger. And then we go into the first ending, measure 9 here. 4, 2, pull to 0, 4 on the D, and then open G. And then that 4, 2 is going to be the pickup right back in, you know, to repeating the A part. 4, 2. So we put all 3 of those together. 1, 2, ready, go. Then we be right back into measure 2. So the other way to finger there, measure 8, is, can catch the 4th fret on the G with the 3rd finger, 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the B, and pinky on the 5th fret. And it's pretty efficient, really. I would say it takes less work. But I like to slide up into that 4th fret note. Both of them are totally fine. So, when we play that first ending, it's measure 9. We're going to go right back into measure 2. And then from there, when we play on down, we're going to go from the last note in measure 8 to the first note in measure 10, the second ending. And they are darn near the same, but just a little bit different. Again, we always play these fiddle tunes A, A, B, B. And oftentimes there's different endings for kind of each section, because sometimes there's pickup into the B part or just maybe a pickup into the A part. When you repeat, that's not there when you go to the B part, okay? So again, we always have the repeats. We always play each section twice. And the first time we go all the way to, through measure 9, and we go back to measure 2. The double dots are enclosed with each other if you look at the sheet music. And then when we go on to measure 8, we go from last note measure 8 to the first note in measure 10. So I'm going to go ahead and play the whole A part for you all the way down from the top, okay? So here we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Ending 2. Okay, so I'll put the second ending up on the screen there, and as you see, it's almost the same, right? 4 on the G, 2, and then pull the 0, and then 4 on the D, and then the only thing that's different here is we play open G, and it has a circle around it. So the circle around it means a half note, and it gets 2 counts. So 3, 4, and then we go on to the B part there. Great. So that's the A part there for the first arrangement, and let's move on to the B part when you're ready.